Hello and welcome everyone to another Wednesday night edition of the List Building Ladies inside the Academy of Home Business. We're very happy that you could join us this evening. And I might say that it is a quite chilly evening actually here in Central Texas. And I know Jocelyn is just shaking her head at me telling me, oh, shut up, because I live in, in Western New York where it's freezing right now. And they have snow, but I moved to Texas to get away from the snow as I'm from Minnesota. But it was kind of chilly this morning with the wind blowing. But I got my hoodie on. I'm all bundled up. I'm good to go. But anyway, tonight we have a really awesome training for you. We're going to show you a really cool tool that you can use to analyze your headlines for either emails or for your lead capture pages, or even any other kind of like text ads or banner ads that you may be creating that will help you find out if it's going to be good or if maybe you want to adjust the wording or not. Because really, you want to create something that is going to attract your prospect's attention right away. And so if you go out there and you're just writing, check this out, well, people are going to be like, well, everybody says that. So you want to make sure that you're writing something that is going to give them an intriguing eye into what you're offering them. Does that sound right, Jocelyn? Intriguing eye?
Well, I know what you're trying to say. So
yes.
It's enough that it piques their curiosity and it makes them want to click to find out more.
Yes, exactly. And I just have so many things going on in my head right now. There's just some exciting things that are going to be happening inside the Academy over the next week. So you guys got to stay tuned for that. But tonight, to get on with tonight's training, I'm going to just fire up screen share and go along with our little notes that we've created for you guys that you'll be able to have after this training is completed. And that way I will stay on track. So Jocelyn, when this comes up, you can let me know when you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right. So, we've gone over a few things about how to create a lead capture page, how to set up your marketing system, and you should already have your autoresponder and your email follow-up series written. So after that, now you're going to want to create advertisements. You're going to want to create something that is going to then get people to go onto your list. So we're going to go into that tonight. And here are some things that you're going to want to do. And first off, if you're trying to write the headline, stop doing that first. Write your email first, then go back and write your subject line. Because usually after you've written what you've wanted to say inside your email, then the headline will come to you. And if it doesn't and come up with an idea that will help you as well. Right, Jocelyn?
Yes.
So, okay, write for your prospect. Grab them with the headline. Speak to the fears, hopes, and needs of your customer. Once again, this is about speaking to your subconscious mind. Give them something free in return for reading your ad, opting into your email list. Freebies are always good. But remember, when you're giving away freebies, you want to make sure that it's something that's good. It's not just going to be some kind of junk that you're giving away, 1 or 2 page. It has to be at least a couple pages of quality content, of genuine tips and tricks, nothing that's just going to be like, here, sign up for this PDF or sign up for this marketing system. You want to give them something that's really going to truly help your customer. Create a headline and text that compels the prospect to want to click your ad. We're going to go over that a little bit more when we show you the headline analyzer later on. Communicate a clear and urgent benefit. they'll receive by clicking on your link. Once again, we want to stress that you want to be urgent, and you want to show them that, hey, this offer is probably going to go away soon, so you need to grab it now while it's still available. You want to tell them that, you know, hey, or maybe you'll have limited copies of whatever you're giving away. Give them a reason why they need to act now. Use short, powerful sentences. Don't create a long, drawn-out subject line. Usually about 40 to 45 characters is best. Don't go crazy with adjectives and verbs. Yes, we want to say action and stuff like that, but you want to make sure that you don't have act now, fast now, all those things. You don't want to have that too many times. Use short paragraphs, and then keep the tune casual. So you want to, excuse me, guys. You want to make sure that when you're writing, that you're writing like you're talking to someone. All right, so the headline. I'm just going to kind of skip over this a little bit. Just like with your emails, you want to make sure that you're creating a swipe file also for your headlines, for your ad copy, because this is going to give you ones that you've created before, and that way, you know, you're going to have stuff that you won't have to think about again. You can find ones that you've liked, and you can tweak them to your own desire. It's really a good idea to have that swipe file. And once again, don't copy other people's stuff word for word. Give it a little bit of your twist. Yeah. We've talked about this before, but, you know, do not promote your business opportunity directly. You know, if you're going to use SafeList, solo ads, traffic exchanges, social media marketing, pay-per-click advertising, any one of these things, you want to make sure that you are sending people to a lead capture page. And, okay. We're going to go over this free headline analyzer tool right after this. Okay, share test results. This is something that Rex has taught us, and it's been really effective when I've used my lists and also when building lead capture pages. If you've had a specific result, say you made $100 in one day, share that test result. So tell them what you used, and then offer to show them how you made that $100. So you can do it either via video, via PDF, using like screen share shots, and show them how you made that $100, because that's what people want to know. They want to know how you made your money. Spelling out dollars instead of using the dollar signs isn't as important in creating your ad copy as it is in your emails, but we'll go into that when you're avoiding the spam filters in email writing later on. So then the body of your ad. Some people like to write long, drawn-out copy, but you really don't have to do that because people really don't even read it. They really just want to look down and see, okay, where's the credit link? Like if you're on SafeList, they want to see, okay, what is the gist of this? Am I going to make money? Is there a bonus for signing up? So people are going to look just long enough to find how it's going to benefit them. So just make sure that you're going to tell them, here, free report, how you're going to solve their problem, what they're going to get, and then give them a way that they're going to get it. Call to action. Always include a call to action, and that's the click here, go here for instant access. If you forget that, then people are going to be like, well, they didn't tell me to pick it up. And once again, always, always, always use a lead capture page. And once again, it takes 7 times of seeing your offer before people will make a decision to take any sort of action. So if you are getting frustrated because you'll be like, man, this person has been clicking on my ad, they've looked at it like 5 times already and they're still not taking action, it might just take them a couple more times to look at it. Or you might have to go in and tweak your ad just a little bit to make them do that trigger in their subconscious to take action. And of course, if you want to get more tips and tricks, you guys can subscribe to our email list. We will give you that information after the training. For Academy members, we will give you the recordings right after this training as well. You can get with us inside the Facebook group or inside the Academy as well. Let's see. Let me turn off screen share real quick. And I didn't mention this before, but if you guys are watching this on the Academy page and you've watched any trainings by us or Rex, or you've listened to Ricardo's trainings or watched the Blog Babes, and you haven't yet become a free member of the Academy, really encourage you to do that. And if you have not and if you are already a member of the Academy and you haven't upgraded, it would probably be a pretty good time to upgrade, because there's going to be some pretty amazing training that's going to be coming out here in the next couple of weeks that will be only available to upgraded members. So, okay, that's my little soapbox there. Jocelyn, do you want to show them the really awesome tool, the Headline Analyzer, where they can put in headlines and see if it's going to pique someone's curiosity?
I can do that, but I thought that before I did that, we would just check and see if anybody had any questions in general before going over there, so we can check the page.
Okay.
And so, I mean, if anyone has a question prior to going to there, go ahead and type it in, and so we can, help to answer some of those questions for you.
All right, I don't see any right now.
Okie dokie. I will. Now we're going to reverse the process. Hopefully this works, because I know last week I had troubles with getting the screen share. So please tell me.
I can see me.
You can see you. Can you see the Headline Analyzer page?
I can.
Awesome.
Can you make it? You make it.
This is why I need you on here with me, because you answer me right away and things work properly. That's
Can you make it just a little bit bigger, though?
I think it's as big as it can be. Yeah, see that? Minimized it.
Oh, see where the little 3 lines are?
Uh-huh.
Click on that.
Yep.
And let me make sure.
Zoom?
Yep, where it's zoom, and zoom in just a little bit.
Is that better?
A little bit more.
That better?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, see, this is again why I need my Tiki Chick on with me. Okay, so for those of you at home, as you can see, the website link is the www.aminstitute.com/headline. And this is a free website that you can go to. Every once in a while, if you've been typing in a bunch of different headlines, it will ask you if you want to subscribe to the newsletter. You can if you want to. Otherwise, you can also just wait a little bit and then come back in again and try again. So when I'm writing ad copy, I do like to try to follow the lines of, okay, what kind of problem am I trying to solve? What is the purpose of me writing this ad copy? Exactly what's the end result of what I'm trying to get? And it's kind of funny, the other night on our Monday night mindset call, when Ricardo mentioned, it said some of the questions that he asked himself, and one of my most popular, I want to say, that got me the best results one time was the actual headline of "Are you ready to succeed?" And I just want to show you when I put this in there. So you type in what your proposed topic or headline will be, and then you select the business and professional services, and then you submit for analysis. As you can see, the Are You Ready to Succeed gives you the value of 100%. And it says that this gives you an emotional marketing value of, and then mainly the reason why is because it's 5 words or less. I mean, but again, 100% is awesome because most of the time you'll only have like 30 to 40 words. And that's what you want to strive for when you're first starting out. If you can get 30 to 40%, you've got a good headline. And it explains here the most gifted copywriters normally will have 50 to 75%. And then it even will go down and it'll analyze a little bit and it'll tell you who it will appeal to and the different types of marketers of what you're doing. I used this one in the past, and like I said, I got a lot of opt-ins for the page and the ad copy that I was using at the time. What I like to do is I like to ask questions for people, because then when they see it, they're like, oh, yeah, well, and they'll want to find out. Another one that I like, is, want to know the secret. And they're like, what secret? Again, it's like, yeah, what secret? What's the secret? So let's see how want to know the secret comes up. That comes up 60%. So because it's between the 50 and 75. And if you see, this actually appeals on all 3 levels of the intellectual, empathetic, and spiritual. It's a perfect balance. So this is another one, obviously, in the past that has gotten me good results when I've used that. I play around a little bit. You could say, like, want to know the secret to online success. Let's see what happens with that. %, still within that 50 to 75%. It's on the spiritual level, and the different types of marketers that who would respond favorably depending on what your niche that you are marketing to. I'm trying to think of some other options that you could do. A lot of people, wanting to know that if they've been struggling. Now, one of the things I know Rex taught about the one time is being careful with your ad copy, because what you put out and what your words are, that's what you're going to track. So, like, if you're talking about people that are struggling, not making any money, that type of thing, that's kind of what you're going to bring. But if you kind of put a little bit of twist on it, how about you say, stop struggling and start succeeding. Now, obviously, this is not a question. This is a statement. %, for the empathetic. And it'll show you who it would best work to, businesses that involve caregiving for nurses, doctors, counselors, women, if you're targeting women entrepreneurs, stay-at-home moms, this would probably be a good type of headline to use. Another is, wanting to know, somebody wants to know they're not alone, wanting to know that they have team support. You could try something like, join our team to succeed. How does that come along? That's 80%. I mean, it's just playing around with it and trying to find, different combinations, keeping in mind, what you are looking. I know, again, Rex talks about using the numbers, so we could do something along. Let's see what happens when we do, like, discover how to make $100 a day, and say it's, you're doing the SafeList marketing using SafeList. Let's see how that comes out. 30%, but again, it's saying most headlines will be between the 30 and 40%, so it still could be a good.
You could change it, Jocelyn. You could change it to $100 a day using SafeLists. Here's how.
All right, let's try that. You said $100 a day using SafeList. Here's how.
Yes.
Let's try that. Let's see how that comes up. I thought of another way to combine it too. Yeah, that actually goes lower. So what about if we do want to know how? Because we'll ask that question again. Want to know how to make $100 a day using SafeList. 41 point. Hey, look at that. You know, again, it's just playing around with the wording and the combination to get, you know, basically where you want to be. And as we always say, and as Rex always says, everything is a test. So you try one headline, you see how it goes. If you get opt-ins, then, you know, with your ad copy, then you know, make sure you have a tracker on it and everything else. Then, you know that's when you can keep using it. If you don't seem to get a lot of opt-ins, then, you know, try switching up the headline a little bit. Or one of the other things that you could do is use this, come up with a few different combinations of headlines, because I know a lot of times when you're sending out SafeList ads, it's not always a good idea to use the exact same headline. So you can kind of switch it up a little bit, see which one gets you, you know, the most results, and then, you know, you can continue to do that for a little while. But always wanting to keep it a little bit fresh. You know, you don't want to wear out the headline either. And then, you know, like when you actually go into doing the ad, the body of the ad, you kind of, you know, reference that question, and then, of course, with your lead capture page, if you offered them a PDF report to go along with it, you would want to reference, you know, and here's the access to your report after they've opted in your first message and that type of stuff. So I don't know if okay, Tony's asking. Yep, okay, you got it. I was gonna say you gave him the link for the site. I don't know if anybody has any questions as far as, like, if they want to give I'd give an example of a niche that they might be wanting to market to, and we could test out creating a headline from scratch and see how that goes. I mean,
well, I know quite a few people that are in either weight loss or the anti-aging, or let's see what's big right now. Well, with the holidays coming, some of the the gifting sites, maybe like what is that, paparazzi gifts, or some of them. I don't know if you could think of one to come up with that.
Okay, I'm not familiar with the paparazzi site. Is that something that would make you money, or is that a place that you would go to purchase stuff for Christmas?
That you can do both. You can. It's selling, like they have little, like, knickknacks and then jewelry and stuff like that.
Oh, the paparazzi, the whatever it is, jewelry.
Yes.
Okay. Just off the top of my head, I mean, again, we can play around, but looking for gift ideas and no, that's not good. We wouldn't be using that. Let's see.
Well, I think
Go ahead.
if you put in just the looking for holiday gift ideas, and just put that in as a question, because later on, as if they get customers, some people might say, well, how do I get into this business? Because I think that's how, you know, a lot of the direct.
Yeah, there you go. That's better.
Yeah.
40%. Very good. Good job. But yeah, I mean, again, like I said, people can come here, and it's a great way to just sit there and start, you know, coming up with ideas. Because if you've been sending out a bunch of ads and you're not getting opt-ins, chances are probably pretty good that your headline just isn't enough to grab their attention, and with just doing a little bit of tweaking, I mean, it really is amazing the difference of how just switching stuff around, turning it into a question using some of the power words like, discover, want, when you're asking it, how to, using like those types of words. Again, the numbers with the results, depending on how you sprinkle it in there, can have a big impact as well too.
For sure. I think that's pretty good.
But I honestly can tell you, when it came to writing ads and stuff in the past, I did used to struggle a little bit. That did used to be one of my things where I'm like, how do you know what to write? And one of my marketing friends had turned me on to that site. And again, the fact that it's a free tool, you gotta love those free tools, and you don't have to pay for it. And once I started using that, I started getting a lot better results with people opting in. And again, from there, it's a lot easier to create your ad copy too. I know one of the tips is if you're struggling for a headline, you can write and then come back, and you can do the same thing. Whereas from that, you can start playing around with a headline analyzer to come up with different ideas. And it's the same thing as with your flight file and opting into some of the other people's. Because if you see it and you like it, what is it about it that you like? And as we said, don't do it word for word, but kind of play around with a combination, something similar. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, but don't do it exactly the same. And you test it with the headline analyzer to see if it might get some good results.
Absolutely. You want to turn off screen sharing, my lovely business partner.
Oh, yes. Sorry about that. I don't want to leave the call. I just want to turn off the...
You did really well last week for getting thrown into doing a first hangout like 10 minutes before it was time to start, and it was totally unintentional, and I would never do something like that to anybody, and I was just like, you did amazing, and I was so proud of you for doing your first hangout like that. And that just goes to show that just goes to show that anybody
nerve-wracking.
But look, if Jocelyn, and she will say it all the time, that she's technologically challenged, if she could do a Google Hangout by herself,
anybody can.
Anybody can do it. So, with all of these tips and tricks that we are sharing with you, that anybody inside the Academy is sharing with you, the biggest thing is once we show you how to do something, go out and try it. Go out and put it to use, because if you just learn it and you tuck it away in your back pocket, it's going to do you no good. So
it's not, they say knowledge is power. It's not knowledge is power. It's applied knowledge and taking action and doing the right activities every day, and doing what you need to build your list every day and communicate with your list every day.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, that's a huge point. If you guys have people on your lists and you are not sending, if they've gone through a whole email series and you are not sending them at least one broadcast every day, you are missing out on opportunities. You need to at least send them a "Hi, how are you?" email and find out what's going on in their world. Don't just leave those subscribers, collecting dust in your autoresponder. Make sure that you're communicating with them. And that's part of the building the relationship with people. Even if you cannot think of something to send to them, just tell them about your day. What did you do? Tell them what you did. I got an email from someone this morning that told me that they were baking because it was getting cold. They were going to bake stuff with coconut flour this morning. And, and then in their little PS, they said, oh, by the way, don't forget to join us for our webinar tonight. So if you can't think of a creative way to invite people to the webinar, if it may not be something that may be interesting to everybody, just talk about your day and then just do a little PS. And that actually made me want to see what their webinar was about. So, it's just It's just the way that you communicate with people. You give them a little piece of who you are, what you're about, how you can help them, and give them a little, a little tip on what your life is like so that they want to do business with you. And with that, I think we are out of time. Now, tomorrow there will not be any workshops because Rex, Tammy, and Ricardo are going to be traveling to the Fall Outbreak event. Is that what it's called? Yes. And they are going to be learning some awesome training that they will be bringing back with us next week. They're going to be shooting some videos, taking pictures, and doing all that awesome stuff. But then Friday, the 12 p.m. Eastern, the Blog Babes will be back here with another amazing social media marketing and blogging training. So be sure to come back here and watch them at 12 p.m. Eastern on Friday. Until then, we will see you next time. Have a great night.